Have you ever felt completely overwhelmed by stress? Like your brain just freezes up and making even a simple decision feels impossible. We've all been there. Your heart pounds, your mind races, and you end up doing something you later regret. But what if I told you there is a powerful tool you can use to navigate these moments with calm and clarity? That tool is self-awareness. Let's break down what actually happens in your brain when stress hits. Imagine your brain as a complex command center. When you perceive a threat, a tight deadline, a difficult conversation, or a sudden crisis, your amygdala, the brain's alarm system, goes into overdrive. It triggers the fight or flight response, flooding your body with stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. This is a primal survival mechanism designed to help you react quickly to danger. The problem is, it also hijacks your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for rational thought, planning, and decision-making. Essentially, the emotional, reactive part of your brain takes the driver's seat, while the logical, thinking part gets shoved into the back. This is why we often make impulsive, short-sighted choices under pressure. We're literally not thinking straight. So, how does self-awareness change this entire dynamic? Think of self-awareness as turning on the lights inside your own mind. It's the ability to observe your thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations without judgment. When you practice self-awareness, you're not trying to stop the stress response that's a natural biological process. Instead, you're learning to notice it as it happens. You can say to yourself, okay, my heart is racing. My palms are sweaty. I'm feeling anxious. This simple act of noticing creates a crucial space, a tiny gap between the stressful trigger and your reaction. Let's visualize this in 3D. Picture that initial stress signal shooting towards your amygdala. Without self-awareness, it's a direct hit, an explosion of reactivity. But with self-awareness, you build a kind of mental buffer zone around the amygdala. The signal still arrives, but now you have a moment to watch it happen. In this space, you can engage your prefrontal cortex. You can take a deep breath, which physically calms your nervous system. You can ask yourself, what's really happening here? What are my options? Instead of being a passenger on a runaway train of emotion, you become the conductor, able to slow things down and choose your direction. Let's apply this to a real-life scenario. Imagine you're in a heated argument. Your natural impulse might be to lash out and say something hurtful. Your amygdala is screaming, attack, but if you've cultivated self-awareness, you'll feel that surge of anger rising. You'll notice your fists clenching, your voice getting louder. In that moment of recognition, you can pause. You can choose to take a breath instead of shouting. You can choose to say, I need a minute to cool down before we continue this conversation. You haven't suppressed your anger. You've managed it. You've used the information from your emotional and physical state to make a more constructive decision. Developing this skill isn't magic. It's a practice. It starts with simple exercises like mindfulness meditation, where you train your attention to focus on the present moment, like the sensation of your breath. Even just taking a few minutes each day to check in with yourself, how am I feeling right now, physically and emotionally, can build this mental muscle. Journaling is another fantastic tool. Writing down your thoughts and feelings helps you to observe them from a distance, identifying patterns in your reactions to stress. The more you practice, the more this process becomes automatic. Your brain actually begins to physically change, a phenomenon called neuroplasticity. The neural pathways between your prefrontal cortex and your amygdala strengthen. This means your rational brain gets better at calming down your emotional brain. You'll find that the gap between stimulus and response widens naturally. You'll have more time to access your wisdom, your values, and your long-term goals, even when the pressure is on. You're not just surviving stressful situations anymore. You're using them as opportunities to make conscious, intelligent choices that align with the person you want to be. So the next time you feel that wave of stress coming, don't just react. Pause. Notice. Breathe. See what happens when you let self-awareness be your guide. You'll be amazed at the clarity and control you can find even in the middle of a storm. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content on mastering your mind. See you in the next video.